Hi, this is Phil Hinton and welcome back to our coverage from CES 2009. In this episode we're going to go around the Pioneer booth and see what they have this year. They don't have any new screens, but we kind of expected that and don't expect any announcement on G10 and until the end of this year. But they do have some new Blu-ray players which may come to the UK, as well as amplifier technology and some new in-wall speakers for the custom install market. And here we are at the Pioneer US stand, and I'm with Dave. Now, we spoke to Dave last year about Susano when it was launched. Yep. It's been a big success. Yep. You must be very happy with that.
We're very happy. Successfully launching a flagship receiver is a challenge. There's price points, and there's display, and there's training, all the things required to get a new technology seated, everybody comfortable with it. Went over very well, and our Class D Ice Power amplifier has been doing very well.
And of course, we've seen the Ice Power come down the range a little bit as well, into the more mid-range price level.
Yes, we're at 22 American, 18 American. We'll go a little bit lower next year. Slowly but surely, we'll trickle this new amplifier technology down into all of our receivers ultimately.
Now, obviously, we can't talk about UK specifics because this is a US show and you're releasing US product.
Right.
But the message is the same worldwide. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about the receiver range that we have here.
Sure. Typically 5 message points we really want to convey for the Pioneer receiver lineup as we move forward. Number one, we're moving a little bit away from the specs and the power rating and THD and all of that. I think everybody's aware that we build good amplifiers. The sound quality is there. Now with HDMI reaching the $199 price point, at least here in the US, we really want the consumer to understand that the AV receiver from Pioneer is the AV control center, the high definition control center for their home. So HDMI and reaching $199 has been a huge trickle down that we've enjoyed. Secondly, Dolby and DTS, the high definition audio formats for Blu-ray, are now at $299. Portable audio, everybody's walking around with an iPod or an iPhone or a USB thumb drive, some type of compressed audio format. We are now compatible with iPhone at $299, which has really got more people excited than any other feature this year. We're excited by that, and even may win Best of Show because of it. Third, I think, is the digital signal processing incorporated in these receivers at the price points where we have room calibration, where we have compressed audio enhancement at all price points. And now volume leveling seems to be the next big digital signal processing feature where we can make sure that compressed audio tracks come out at the same level, and even at $399 US, we can take Dolby and DTS from your cable TV or satellite and level those sources so that you don't have commercials yelling at you, for example, that type of thing. And then finally, multi-zone capabilities, where we had typically been in the elite level of product where we had multi-source and zone. We now have multi-source and zone all the way down to entry level $199 and improving as we work our way up the line. So we're excited. We've got whole home entertainment feature sets, we have compressed audio feature sets, we have high definition audio and video ready to go, we have iPhone capability, and really we are becoming that home theater AV control center for the consumer.
So we're still here on the Pioneer US stand. I'm going to speak to Rolf. We're going to talk about the Blu-ray technology. Now these players will differ slightly to what we see in the UK, but the player we have here, the 09 in the US, is actually the LX91, which has just been released in Britain. Now Rolf, tell us a little bit about the new players that you've announced here at CES and the kind of technology that's involved there.
Okay, well we have 3 new players in the US on the Pioneer branded line, because we have 2 lines, we have Pioneer and Elite. We have 2 new models in the Pioneer branded line, the BDP 120 and the BDP 320. Those are 2 models that are BD Live out of the box. There's a little bit of a difference between the 2, of course. The BDP 120 will be selling for somewhere under $300 US, and the BDP 320 will be somewhere under $400 US. The 120 model does not have any internal memory, but it does have a USB port on the backside, and it does ship with a 1 gigabyte flash drive. so that we'll be right out of the box ready to download and store content from a BD Live source that a movie studio would provide the end user. The BDP 320 has 1 gigabyte of storage built in, but it still has the USB port on the outside, so you can connect an external hard drive. And that's unique to Pioneer's BD Live products this year. No one else in the industry, including all of the people at CES that are showcasing new BD Live product, none of those other brands and products are supporting external hard drives. We will. So clearly the obvious advantage to the end user is the ability to have unlimited storage capacity. We all have had DVRs at home for satellite reception where you were constantly experiencing having to delete old shows to make room for new shows. With BD Live, with all of this new content that's going to be available to download and store, you're no longer going to be faced with that situation. You'll have the access to unlimited hard drive storage.
Now, one of the other features I wanted to pick up on, which I've seen on the stand today, is the Curo Link. So maybe you can explain a little bit about the Curo Link.
Curo Link is very exciting for us. It's something that we've been working on for a number of years now to be able to connect one of our Blu-ray players to one of our flat panel televisions and be able to automatically, without touching any buttons on the remote control, without going into any user menus, to automatically optimize the parameter settings between the Blu-ray player and the display. So you won't have to say, okay, I need to go in and go to user mode and play with the contrast and the brightness settings. I won't have to set it to standard mode. It will do it for you automatically right out of the box. You just plug in the HDMI connection and you're done.
Well, it looks like an extensive line, and we'll look forward to seeing the UK products when they eventually get here this year. Rolf, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
And to finish off on our visit to the Pioneer US stand this year at CES, I'm with Scott, and we're going to talk about your architectural speakers amongst other speakers that you're releasing, because these are coming to the UK this year. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about your speaker technology, because Pioneer's not really a name yet that's associated with speakers.
Well, absolutely, Phil. And it's actually, just to give you a brief overview, it's actually a really exciting time for Pioneer right now as a company. So not only are we addressing the needs of the custom installation industry, but there's a really strong internal initiative to return to our audio heritage, our sonic heritage, and really put our stake in the ground once again as a serious audio manufacturer. So at the booth this year, we're very proud to have on display over 30 Pioneer and Elite branded speaker products ranging from on-wall to floor standing, as well as in-wall, in-ceiling, and matching subwoofers. So it really allows us to bring this story full circle from display and to source and to now sound as well. Not only that, but allows us to do it in a way that brings our customers that much closer to the originally intended experience. In September of last year at CD, we actually had a very large announcement of 19 new in-wall and in-ceiling products, and we're actually following up that announcement here in January with 5 new models that represent our core Elite line that you actually see here. As with all of our architectural speaker lines, they're actually designed to fulfill both multi-room audio as well as home theater installation applications. But since it has an Elite badge, it's really designed for that high-performance home theater. So as you can see here, for example, we have a high-performance three-way in-wall LCR for the front. Not only that, but something we actually have that's really unique, very similar to what we're doing with our EX speakers and the family above in our reference class system, is we actually have 2 in-ceiling models that are angled. And what we actually do here with that is we can actually do a full 5 or 7 channel in-ceiling home theater configuration and get some excellent, excellent performance, all with that Elite badge and that Elite performance level.
That's our look at the Pioneer US CES stand for 2009. Join us again for more coverage coming very soon.